One thing that we all have to come to terms with is that we are alone. Whether we like this to be true or not, it's the truth. We are alone. You are alone. You are alone in your own mind. No one really knows what it's like to be you. No one has experienced life from your point of view. No one really understands you. No. Other people may think that they understand you, but no, they don't. They can only try to relate with you, but that doesn't mean that they understand you. They are only trying to relate with you. This is something that each and every person has to come to terms with. You must understand that you are really alone. The problem is that you don't want to come to terms with that. You don't want to be alone. You want to be accepted by other people. You want to be part of a group. That's the reason why in your dreams you actually believe that the people that you interact with are real. You don't want to feel alone. So you create people that seem to have their own thoughts so that you not feel alone. You are so afraid of feeling alone. But what you must understand is that you are really alone. And you must come to terms with that. That's a very important thing to do. You must come to terms with the fact that you are alone. You must be okay with the fact that you are alone. There are a lot of people that are suffering because they don't want to be alone. They don't want to accept that they are alone. So they always want to distract themselves by trying to fit in. You try to fit in with other people. You try to fit in with other people and you keep on getting hurt because you're trying to fit in. Some of you are too conscious. You are too conscious to fit in. Like this world is not ready for you. People cannot even pretend to relate with you. So you feel alone. And you don't want to feel alone. You don't want to come to terms with the fact that you're alone. There's a reason why we're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of rejection because people remind us that we're alone. Like when people reject us, they remind us that we're alone. And we don't want to be reminded that we're alone. That's why we want to feel wanted. That's why we want validation. We don't want validation because we think validation is important. No, we want validation because we don't want to be alone. We do not want to know that we're alone, so we want validation. So imagine how it feels like to be rejected by everyone. How it feels like to not be understood by anyone. How it feels like to not belong. That's really painful. Your ego doesn't want to feel like it doesn't belong. Your ego wants to feel accepted. You want to feel like other people understand you. Other people like being with you. You don't want to feel left out. But what if other people do not understand you? What if they can't even relate with you? What if they don't get you? What if you are different from everyone? What if you are vibrating on a different frequency and you are unable to connect with other people? Or they are unable to connect with you? Because not fitting in doesn't automatically mean that other people do not want to connect with you. They do not want to understand you. No. It doesn't automatically mean that. You might not fit in because other people do not understand you, or you do not understand them. You might not fit in because other people do not like you, or you do not like them. You might find that there are a lot of people that want to be very close to you, but they can't be close to you because they are not vibrating on the same frequency with you. That happens. So not fitting in doesn't automatically mean that you have been rejected. Sometimes it means that you are so different that you are not on the same frequency with other people. And that's really okay. That's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about why that is okay. Why you shouldn't give a damn about fitting in. Why you must work on being okay with being alone. And why that is really important. Because a lot of people are not okay with being alone. They always want to be around other people. Even when that's not working, Other people be betraying you. Other people be using you. Other people be lying to you. Like, you can't really have healthy relationships with other people. They're not on your level. But you still want to be with other people. Being alone doesn't feel right. Sometimes people see crocodiles here. What you must realize is that some of the biggest problems that you've had to deal with in this world, you've had to deal with these problems because you were afraid of being alone. Think of most of the things that you've been through. You'll actually realize that you've had to go through these things because you were afraid of being alone. You wanted to be with other people. Even though other people were full of shit, you still wanted to be with them. You still wanted to fit in. You still wanted other people to make you feel like you're good enough. You still wanted approval. And because of that, you constantly got disappointed. What you must realize is that you don't have to fit in at all. Fitting in isn't as important as you think it is. And another thing that you must realize is that you do not live in a world where you should actually want to fit in. You shouldn't, if you fit in this world, you shouldn't really feel that proud. because this world is really toxic. This world is not good at all. This world is upside down. So actually not fitting in is a good thing, because the world is not good. People are toxic. Nothing is really working the way that it should in this world. Everything is upside down for real. So not fitting in is actually a good thing. So actually you should be happy that you do not fit in, and actually be okay with being by yourself. Find things that actually make you forget how alone you are, and focus on these things rather than forcing yourself to fit in even if you do not fit in. No, you mustn't be forcing yourself to fit in. Because if you try to fit in a world like this, you are definitely going to suffer. There's no way around it. You're going to suffer. You're going to deal with a lot of bullshit. Some of you are vibrating at very high frequencies. You are really good people. You are kind. You don't like gossiping. You are not toxic. You're not full of hatred. The problem is that society is full of hatred. People in this world like gossiping. They lie. They are very manipulative. Their own survival mode. They're trying to survive. They're looking out for themselves. So if you force yourself to fit in, even when you are vibrating at a much higher frequency, these people are going to bring you down to their level, because that's the only way that you'll be able to fit in, if you are vibrating at a higher level. They're going to treat you in such a way that's going to bring you down to their level. They'll make you angry, make you resentful. They're going to make you hate them. They're going to abuse you. They're going to steal from you. They're going to gossip about you. They're going to lie about you. They're going to get you in trouble. Because in order to fit in this world, you kind of have to be shady. If you are really a good person and vibrating at a much higher frequency, you are full of love, you are a rational person, you are an intelligent person, you are a conscious person, you can't fit in. You cannot fit in. It doesn't work that way. You do not fit in this world because you are vibrating at a much higher frequency, or you are very kind and compassionate. It doesn't work that way. Because a lot of people are on survival mode. They're trying to survive. There's a reason why a lot of dating coaches will tell you that being a nice person doesn't really work. Like, if you want to enjoy being in a relationship, you must not really be a nice person. It doesn't really work. Especially if you're a man. Women don't even like nice guys, because we are on survival mode. We're trying to survive. If you're a nice person, it's not going to be easy for you to survive in a world like this. You cannot fit in to a world where you have to do a lot of horrible things in order to survive. There are a lot of things that we do that are actually horrible in order to survive. We might not even be talking about these things because we're so used to do these things. Like, it's not a big deal anymore that we do these things. We have to lie, we have to be selfish, look out for ourselves, not consider how our actions affect other people. This is normal. So imagine if you care about how other people feel. You care about how your actions affect other people. Imagine if you care. How are you going to fit in? What you must realize is that there ain't that many people that are like you. Many people are just trying to survive. Many people are not as conscious as you are. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make is actually believing that other people are capable of being as conscious as you are. No, they're not. Many people are not capable of being conscious. Many people are not capable of being conscious. That is why this world is the way that it is today. If people were capable of being conscious, do you think this world would be the way that it is today? Though there have been many people who have said no. No. This world is not working. We don't want to live in a world like this. We want to live in a world that actually makes sense. We don't want to see people suffering. We don't want to see people, homeless. We don't want to fight in order to survive. We don't want to do horrible things in order to survive. No. We don't want to live in a world where we'll have to do these things in order to survive. No. Now, people would have said no a long time ago. But now, there have been so many horrible things that have happened in this world. Why? Because people are not conscious. I mean, do you really think that you would be able to do the horrible things that other people are doing? When you look at yourself, do you feel like you'll be able to do that? There are people who would tell me that, yo, man, I feel guilty when I'm driving a car and I see a person that is homeless. That makes me feel guilty. What you must understand is that there are people that are not like that. They don't feel anything. They're good. You must understand that. You must understand that there are people that are willing to do whatever they can to have what they want. It doesn't matter if they're hating other people. There are people that are like that. That is why sometimes you ask yourself, when people have done horrible things, like, how can this person do this? This doesn't make any sense. You struggle to understand why someone will kill a baby. There's this other lady from my tribe that killed her children. She killed her sisters. She killed her husband. Her name is Rosemary. I think a documentary is on Netflix. Not her documentary, but they made a documentary about her. It's on Netflix. A lot of people ask themselves, how can a person do what she did? It doesn't make any sense. She did what she did because she was only thinking about herself. She killed those people because of insurance. Like, she wanted to claim money after these people have died, so she killed them. Like, it doesn't even make sense. She's operating at a very low level of consciousness that even many people in this society don't understand her. So imagine if you're operating at a very high level of consciousness that you don't understand people that live in this society, because you are already operating at a very much high level of consciousness. How can you fit in? You can't, and you shouldn't be trying to fit in. You shouldn't devolve in order to fit in. You're already operating at a very high level of consciousness. That is good. That's not a bad thing. Don't ever feel like there's something wrong with you because you don't fit in, or because other people do not love you, or because they can't understand you. No, don't ever feel like that. You are operating at a very high level of consciousness. Other people are not operating at your frequency. They don't get you. They don't know what it's like to be, as conscious as you are. So you can't devolve in order to fit in. You must understand that you are alone and be okay with that, and not try to fit in. Because that's where many problems begins. That's when many problems begins, when you're trying to fit in. Like, I'm lonely. I want friends. No one knows what it's like to have no one to talk to. No. Actually, find a way to be okay with that. It is important that you work on being okay with that. It is true that life is fun when other people understand you, when they accept you, when they approve of you, make you feel like you are good enough, make you feel like you're worth it. You want to feel like that. You want things that are going to boost your ego to happen. You don't want people to reject you. I understand that. I understand. I mean, it is horrible to find yourself in a world where people just don't like you. Hey, can you imagine you are in a world, each and every person does not like you. They don't understand you. They don't want to be close to you. That sucks. I do understand what it's like to feel alone when you are with other people. So yeah, other people don't have a problem with you. They accept you, but you still feel alone when you're with them. You still feel like something isn't right. I understand what that is like. You don't feel good. You want to feel like you can relate with other people and they can relate with you. You don't want to feel alone when you are with other people. It feels wrong, Something about that does not feel right. You find that when you are alone, you feel whole, but when you are with other people, you feel like something is missing. Like other people make you feel like something is just not right. You get bored easily when you're with other people. You always zone out. You don't know how to live in the moment when you're with other people, because they bore you so bad because of the conversations that they'll be having. Sometimes when you're alone, you feel whole because you're able to think the thoughts that you want to think. When you're with other people, you're forced to listen to what they be talking about. Imagine if other people are gossiping in your presence. They're gossiping about their friends. Gossiping. And you hate that because you are vibrating at a much higher frequency. You hate people who gossip because you do not gossip. That makes you feel like you just don't belong there. You feel alone even when you're with them because you don't want to participate in what they're doing. You don't want to gossip about other people because that doesn't make any sense to you. And you don't even want to live in a world where people hate each other so much that they'll be gossiping. That makes zero sense to you. And they're reminding you that that's how this world is. It's full of people who secretly hate one another, but they have to pretend as if they love one another, because if they were going to be honest, the lie that we are living would actually end up collapsing, because we're living a lie as people. I don't know people that are actually honest. It's like everyone has a problem with everyone. It's crazy, man. People be gossiping like crazy. Like, come on, man. I saw you with that person yesterday. You guys were good. You guys were having fun. And now you're talking shit about them? Why? You're telling me things that you shouldn't be telling me about them. And you guys are posting pictures on Facebook together, tagging each other, saying nice things about each other. But right now you're gossiping about that person. Man, fuck out of here. Fuck you, man. Fuck this life. You motherfuckers are retarded. It sucks. You don't want to live in a world like that. They're already vibrating at a much higher frequency. You don't want to live with people that are pretentious. If you devolve so that you fit in, you're going to suffer a lot, because you still be conscious. If you're gonna gossip, involve yourself in dramas, you're going to suffer, because you are conscious. You know that that's not how things should be. At your level of consciousness, you're able to realize that, nah, man, people shouldn't be pretentious. We need to be honest. We need to be honest about how we feel about things, so that we understand why we feel the way that we feel about things, instead of lying, because we're living a lie. People lie so that they will be accepted. They can't be real. That is why fitting in makes you stupid. It's because you'd have to let go of things about you that are actually great in order to fit in. You see, that's a huge problem. So a lot of people that actually try to fit in end up becoming stupid. This is a huge problem. I mean, look at the cattle. They're trying to fit in. You see, that is why we are able to control them. I remember back in 2014, when I was living with my grandparents. They lost their bull one day. And they didn't find it. Like it took them like a month to find it. And they found it. It didn't want to go back home. It didn't want to be controlled because it was alone. It wasn't trying to fit in. It would just run the fuck away from them. It was funny. Isn't trying to fit in has made people stupid. More stupid than they would be if they were okay with being alone. So you see, it isn't okay to try to fit in a world like this. It's not a world that is actually good. The things that are being done to us are not good. It's not like the things that are being done to us helping us. It's not like we're becoming better. No, we're not. Actually, we're becoming worse. We've devolved so much that it's actually ridiculous to be praising this world, to act like life is good. Maybe being conscious is good. Having an experience is good. Maybe having something is better than having nothing. Maybe being alive is better than being dead. But this world ain't it. I'm not going to lie to you. This world ain't it. This world is not working at all. So we shouldn't want to fit in a world like this. We shouldn't. We should be okay with not fitting in a world like this. It means that we are sane. I mean, why would you want to fit in an insane world? If you watch the movie Idiocracy, why would you want to fit in a world like that? Because people are stupid. Believe it or not, people are stupid. That's why I was telling you that you shouldn't assume that other people are like you. Never assume that. You know, people are more stupid than you think. You must understand that this world isn't working. People are slaves. It's like we're being experimented upon, you know. We're not supposed to be free. We don't even know what it really means to be a human, what it really means to have autonomy, to be free, to be yourself, to evolve. You know, we're being controlled. We're being forced to do things that we do not even want to do in order to survive. That is why everyone is fake. You know, we're on survival mode. We're trying to survive. So why do you want to fit in? I mean, how many people do you know in this world that are actually conscious? How many people have you had conversations with about what's going on and they actually really understood what was going on? How many people really show their ability to actually think for themselves? How many people do you know that you know can actually think for themselves? When you ask people, yo, what do you think about this? What do they tell you? What do you think about our economy right now? What do you think about politics? What do you think about religion? What do you think about relationships? What do you think about marriage? If you ask people what they think, you'll actually realize that they do not think. You would even believe that we're living with NPCs for real, because you'd be surprised. How is it that other people do not have their own opinions? You know, because you gotta have your opinions about things. They've been trying to fit in since they were young, so they did not become themselves. You're dealing with a hive mind here. That's what you must understand. You know, people have been getting indoctrinated since they were young. So you're dealing with a hive mind. You're not dealing with, you know, real thinking humans that are capable of critical thinking. No. You're not dealing with that. So why do you want to fit in? Tell me, why do you want to fit in? What makes you feel like that's the best thing to do? Because you're not going to fit in if you're going to be operating at your level of consciousness. It doesn't work, you know? It doesn't work. You're going to suffer a lot if you're going to try to fit in with your level of consciousness, understanding what you understand, knowing what you know. You have to lie to yourself. You have to deceive yourself in order to fit in. You have to devolve in order to fit in. You have to become less than what you are in order to fit in, you see? So you shouldn't want to fit in. You should actually be okay with being alone, being okay with, you know, understanding what you understand. And working on becoming more conscious. That should be your distraction. How do I become more conscious than I am? How do I understand more than what I understand? How do I free myself? How do I stop caring about things that I shouldn't be caring about? Stuff like what's really going on with our politicians, what's really going on with our celebrities, you know. Shouldn't be caring about what's going on with other people. Shouldn't care at all, you know. Should stop caring about what other people think of you. I've made a video talking about why I do not care what other people think of me. And some people thought I was lying when I say I don't care what other people think of me. They think that it's impossible to not care what other people think of you. Today, when I was watching TikTok videos, I came across a video of this guy that was playing drums. He was so good at playing drums that I was like, this is not possible. It's not supposed to be possible. If he just told me he was that good, I would not believe him. I would just think he's lying. Harry Mack, the best freestyle rapper in the world right now, is able to create hooks off the top of his head and not forget these hooks. That's crazy. You know, you give him like 3 words to incorporate into his freestyle, and he create a hook and then start freestyling, and then spit that hook again, start freestyling, spit it. And you're like, how the fuck are you able to memorize your hook? It doesn't make any sense, especially if you are freestyling off the top. He's doing something that's supposed to be impossible. Never assume anything is impossible. You can stop caring what other people think. It is not easy, but you can stop caring what other people think, and you should. That's what you should be working on. You beat that by actually doing things that you're afraid to do because you care what other people think. You'll actually realize that you shouldn't even care what other people think. You know, you've been trying to protect yourself, but there isn't any real harm in caring, in not caring what other people think. You know, you've just convinced yourself that, yeah, there's a real harm that's going to come your way if you stop caring what other people think. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't care what other people think. Care what you think. Care what you think. Care about what you really, really think. What do you really think? What do you think you should be doing? Not what other people think you should be doing. You can't cope in this world if you care what other people think, especially if you're different. You cannot allow people that are not even at your level of consciousness to control you by making you feel guilty for being who you are. Because other people can do that, make you feel guilty for being who you are, even if they're not even better than you, you know? Even if what they're doing is so stupid compared to what you're doing. They'll make you feel guilty for being yourself. Just because you are outnumbered, because you are alone, you know, you're not like them, and they know that you're not like them. So they bully you. You know, human beings do that all the time. Even adults bully other adults. You'd think that this bullying thing ended when we were kids. No, it hasn't ended. We still bully one another. Why do you think kids bully each other? They bully each other because of one reason only. They realize that there's something about someone that they do not understand, and it makes them feel threatened, you know? You think that kids will bully you if you're not good enough. Like, that's not it. That's not the reason. You know, the real reason why kids bully each other is because they recognize something about, and I don't mean like I mean there's just there's how kids play. I mean there's a way that kids play. You can bully each other, you know, but I mean there are situations where kids will gang up on one kid and bully that kid. You find that kid doesn't even get to enjoy because they're getting bullied each and every day. They can sense that there's something different about that kid. That kid is a threat to their survival, to their way of living, That kid is different. So they must bully that kid. And they cannot hide how they feel, They cannot pretend. Adults do the same in a different way. Adults are shady. They pretend, they're pretentious. They'll just gossip, form groups, gossip about a person that's different. Oh, look at a person. Oh, I heard that person was married, and you know what I mean. That's what adults do. They're fucking humans. What do you expect from humans? So if you're different, expect people to treat you differently. Expect people to be threatened by you, but it doesn't mean that they're better than you. It doesn't mean that at all. Actually, it means the opposite, Because if you are yourself, you are automatically better than people that are copying one another. I mean, if you are really yourself, it means that you are that confident. You are that powerful. That's why you are able to be yourself, even if you are living in a world where people are trying to fit in. I mean, that's being strong. That's if you're a man and you're not afraid to be yourself, you're a real man. That's what being a real man is. It's being yourself, being strong, being able to live your life like a king, not like a slave. Not living in fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of being alone. Fear of being misunderstood. Like, no. You've got to be so okay with being alone that it really does not matter to you if other people do not understand you. If other people do not accept you, if other people make you feel like a misfit, you shouldn't give a fuck. Because the truth is, you are alone. And each and every person is really alone. It's just that they've created a lie that they believe, Don't be part of that lie. Realize that you're alone. You're alone in your own mind, man. View this world the way that you view it without trying to fit in. Because that's how you view it. Why should you lie to yourself or lie to other people? If you're not a coward. You have to understand that the reason why you feel like you must lie to other people, it's because you're still a coward. You have to reach a level of consciousness where you are not a coward anymore, where you're not scared of being seen, as you really are. And I'm not afraid to speak my mind because, I'm not, it's not like the things that I'm saying are things that I've just heard from other people and I'm just regurgitating what other people have said. No, this is really what I think. 100%. I understand that this is really what I think. Why should I be afraid of what I think? Why should I be afraid of how other people are going to react to what I think if that's how I really think? You see, there's something stupid about being afraid of being yourself. Why? Why are you afraid to be yourself? No one is going to kill you for being yourself. The reason why you're afraid of being yourself is because you're afraid of how other people are going to look at you. You're afraid of what you're really afraid of is being alone, really. You're afraid of being judged because if people feel like, okay, there's something wrong with you, they're not going to want to be with you. So you're afraid of being alone. That's what you're really afraid of. But if you're not afraid of being alone, you just be yourself. Regardless of how other people are going to look at you. Regardless of how other people are going to treat you. Because you will even realize that, it doesn't really matter what other people think. Because it doesn't. Why should it matter what other people think about you? You're the one that knows yourself best. You're the one that understands yourself. All the things that are fucked up about you, If you have been doing the right kind of work, you would know all these things that are fucked up about you. So if other people say, oh, that's what's fucked up about you, you already know that's what's fucked up about you, and you've already accepted that. So you're good, you know? So really, what are you scared of? If they are wrong about you, they're wrong. They're just fucking stupid, you know? So why should that be a problem? You must be free enough to not care about things that you shouldn't care about, you know? Be alone, learn about yourself, ask yourself why you think the way that you think. You know, introspect. You got to always introspect. What do you think, man? You know, have your own opinions, you know, be original. Don't be fake in this world. Don't be a copy. You know what I mean? Be yourself 100%. You can't be anyone else. You know, it's the worst thing that you can do, I'm telling you. You come into this world, you are yourself, but you see other people living differently and you're like, oh, you know, let me live like other people. No. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I've always been myself, you know. Yes, there have been times when I was really afraid of being myself, but I mean, I was still unique. I was still, you know, I was still conscious enough to, you know, understand the importance of, you know, being me. And now I'm more free, you know. I'm doing things differently. I'm not doing what other people are doing. You know, I know there are people that be recording videos like this. I have never met anyone that does this. You know, when I became a fan of hip hop and started rapping, I didn't know anyone that rapped. You know, I've always been doing things differently. You know, I've always been real, even when it was not easy to be real, because that is important. When I wanted to say when I became an atheist, but I'm not really an atheist. You know, but when I left Christianity, you know, no one was living Christianity at the time. You know, people believed in Christianity. So when I left Christianity, everyone was like, he's crazy. He's crazy, you know. He's full of demons. Demons got him. The devil got him. You know, he needs help. But I knew exactly what I was thinking. I knew exactly what I saw. So it was like, nah, actually, this is really how I feel. I'm not going to be a coward. I'm not going to try to fit in, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say what people want me to say. No, I'm going to speak the truth. This is really what I think. If Christianity is true, then I would realize that it's true because I'm intellectually honest. You know, I trust myself. I'm so good at figuring out what the truth is. So if Christianity is true, I'm going to figure out that it's true because I trust myself. You know, I cannot be trusting people that are trying to fit in, people with agendas, you know. I must trust myself because I know what I'm willing to do to get the truth. I'm willing to sacrifice everything for the truth. You know, if there's something that I really want in this world is the truth. I'm not trying to just survive, you know. There are people who don't care about the truth. There are a lot of people in this world who don't even care about the truth. What they care about is survival, you know. I gave you this example of Andrew Tate. Andrew said he left Christianity to join to become a Muslim because Muslims are more powerful than Christians, you know. Yeah, this nigga doesn't even care about truth. He cares about survival. To him, it's about survival. It's not about what is true. So why should we follow people like that? To me, it's not about survival. It's about what is really true. The truth is really important to me. I don't want to live a lie. It's more important than anything, you know. The truth is more important than becoming a billionaire. You know, if you came to me with billions and like, yo man, I got the truth and I got billions. You can choose billions and not know the truth, or choose the truth and not have the billions. Like, Nick, give me the fucking truth. What the fuck is going on here? You know? But I know 99% of people in this world would choose to have billions, you know. I mean, you probably enjoy your life, you know, for some time, you know. It's not like if you became a billionaire, you'd enjoy your life forever. I mean, for some, you would be able to enjoy your life for, you know, some few years. There's a reason why people like Bill Gates are trying to do things that don't even make sense. They're trying to control other people. You remember what happened back in 2020? Why do you think people that are rich are trying to control other people? Because they're not happy. If you are really happy, you're going to be too busy enjoying your life. I mean, think about it, man. If you were really happy, wouldn't you just focus on enjoying your life and not care about things that you shouldn't even care about? I mean, why do people that are famous and who've got money for days be doing a lot of toxic shit, involving themselves in things that really they shouldn't be involving themselves in? You realize they're not even happy, man. So really, it's only the truth that's gonna set us free. What is going on, man? That's what's gonna set you free. Ask yourself what's going on. Figure out what the truth is. And you might not figure out what the whole truth is, but at least try to see the truth in any situation. Some things will be revealed to us. Try to see the highest truth. They're gonna show us aliens soon. They're gonna show us aliens soon. Try to figure out what the highest truth is. Why are they showing us aliens? Why? There has to be a reason why they are showing us aliens. Why now? What are these aliens hiding? What is their agenda? Try to figure out what the truth is. Because trust me, man, there's always an agenda. Even people themselves, they always have agendas. Try to figure out, okay, what is this person's agenda? Each and every person, you mustn't just rely on what they're telling you, because people are full of shit. They're going to lie. People are liars, you know that. So you must try to figure out what's really going on. What is this person's deal? And you ain't figuring that out if you're trying to fit in, if you're trying to be accepted, if you're trying to be cool. I remember there's this other guy, that used to really be, he used to be real, man. He used to be real. He was against everything that was not fair. He was kind of woke, And he got a job as a police officer. Now when I talk to him, like, what the fuck? It's like he sold his soul, He's not himself anymore. You talk to him, he's as fake as they come. You see that he had to fit in. They trained him well, they brainwashed him so well that he now he doesn't even see the world the way that he used to see it. Now he's part of the hive mind now, You see, fitting in isn't really good. You must not fit in. Whenever you try to fit in, you lose a lot of good qualities about you. You lose a lot of good qualities. Because to fit in anyway, you must change certain aspects of yourself. You have to understand that there must be aspects of yourself that you're willing to change in order to fit in. You don't just fit in without changing some things about yourself. So is that what's good? Is that how you want to live your life? Change in order to fit in order to be accepted by people that will never really understand you, people that will never really view this life from your perspective, people that are incapable of viewing this world from your perspective. Is that how you want to live? Or you want to be yourself and show the world who you are and be proud of that, you know? That's what's good. Like, yo, this is where I am and I'm proud. I don't give a fuck if the whole world is gonna hate me, if the whole world is not gonna accept me. I mean, this is a cult. I've been telling you that society itself is a cult. It's not like the way that we're living is the best way to live. No, people don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're being controlled by the cult leaders, you know? They're given rules. Yo, this is how you must live. This is what you must believe. This is what you must think, you know? You see a person being themselves, hate them. That person must not be themselves. Yeah, this is a cult. So I would say the most baddest thing to do is to really stand on top of the world and be like, this is who the fuck I am, man. Fuck all of you. That's the best thing to do. Be yourself. You know, what do you really think? When you look at the world, what do you think? What do you really believe about this world? Fuck what's considered to be acceptable. You know, think what you think. Because that's what you really think. Be who you really are. Doesn't matter if the world doesn't get you. Why should the world even get you? Like, there's no rule that said, oh, for you to have lived a good life in this world, the world must understand you. No. As long as you understand yourself. I mean, really, man, if this was a simulation and there was a base reality somewhere and I was plugged into this fucking matrix, I will not feel proud after waking up if I lived like a coward. You know, if I try to fit in, believed lies in order to fit in, live like, I would hate myself. But if I lived like a warrior, like, this is who the fuck I am, fuck the world, man. If everyone is gonna be against me, it's okay. Everyone can be against me, I'm good. After getting unplugged from the matrix, I would be proud. Like, yeah, man, I didn't give a fuck how other people perceived me. I didn't give a fuck about being judged. I was myself the whole time. I spoke the truth. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be proud of myself, man. And that's beautiful. You can't be proud of yourself if you're fake, playing by society's rule. I mean, how are you going to be proud of yourself? I mean, imagine being in a game and just playing by the rules of the game. You see, I'm thinking about it, but there's a reason why when we're playing a game online or just playing any kind of game, we break the rules. We break the rules. We break the rules because it would be stupid to not break the rules, to just be doing what's the rules of the game say. No, you break all the fucking rules. That's what's interesting, right? Being able to break the fucking rules and whatever, you'll be proud of yourself. That's what makes the whole thing interesting than being fake in order to fit in. That's being a coward. You'd swear that that's a good thing. Like, oh, I'm being smart, if I'm being fake in order to fit. No, you're not being smart. You're being a coward. You speak your truth. This is who the fuck I am. The world is going to be what the fuck it is, man. I do not give a fuck. The world is going to respond the way that it responds. But this is where I am, Like, why should I be ashamed of where I understand that we're in a cult. But it would be completely stupid for me to be ashamed of who I am. As if I created myself. I didn't even create myself. This is where I am. You are seeing what I really am right now. So who should you even blame? If there's something wrong with me, who should you blame? Should you blame me? I didn't create myself. I just found myself in this world. This is what I'm seeing. This is my perspective. This is what I think. You see? And that's beautiful. You're showing the world who you really are. You shouldn't just be on survival mode. People be trying to justify living on survival mode. Like, oh, society, it will be like this and that if I say this and like, nah, be yourself, man. Be free enough to be yourself. Be authentic. Be original. Don't be fake. You are unique. You know, like I said, the best thing that you can be is yourself. No, fitting in is not gonna help you. Trust me, man. I mean, it will seem like it will help you, but I don't know, you're going to suffer a lot if you force yourself to fit in, and you're going to suffer on so many levels because you can never truly fit in. You can never truly fit in. There will still be a part of you that's gonna be like, nah, man, this is some fake shit. Like, why are we being fake? Why are we lying? You will have a lot to hide, and that's going to take a lot of energy, you know. There's a reason why a lot of Christians that have positions in their churches when they do things that are actually normal, things that humans do, they have to hide. They have to act like they don't love sex, like they don't get horny. You know, the pastors be acting like, you know, they're unable to see when a woman is beautiful. You know, acting like they don't jack off, acting like they don't feel like, you know, they should fuck half of the women in their church. Like, no, man, you are who you are. You must understand that you are who you are. You feel the way that you feel, and that is what is true. You mustn't be lying to yourself in order to fit it. You know, I laugh when I see people lying, you know, preaching to people and lying. Oh, it's the devil that's making you like. No, it's not the devil. You are a human being, and human beings are exactly how you are. But yeah, but we need to be that honest with ourselves, you know. Living a lie has not helped us, you know. We've ended up with a world that is so fake that it's actually ridiculous to be part of it. Like, this world is so fucking fake, man. It's like there's nothing real anymore. When people speak the truth, they, you know, everyone's gonna hate them. Oh, I can't believe you say that. I can't believe you say that. It's the fucking truth. So should people not speak the truth because they're gonna hurt your feelings because you've been living a lie your whole fucking life? It's you that needs to change. It's not the people that are speaking the truth. If you can't stand the truth, it's you that gotta change, because you're living in a delusion, you know, and that's not good. That's not being strong. That's a weakness. That isn't something that you should be proud of. You mustn't be creating lies and believing these lies and think that that's being strong. You know, that's what's making you better than other humans. No, that's being fucking delusional, and that's not a sign of strength. That's a sign of a weakness. So being yourself is beautiful, man. I'm telling you. Not living in fear, that's beautiful. I mean, come on, man. Some of you have lived in fear your whole life. You are even afraid of going after what you want. You are hiding, you know? Like, that's really safe. It's not safe. You're gonna be haunted in your own head because you're living a lie. You're gonna be haunted by the truth. It's not like lying to yourself is really going to help you, you know? It's not really going to help you. The truth that's gonna help you. That's why Jesus said, know the truth and the truth shall set you free. I mean, you might not have said that. I mean, I think Jesus was made up, but that's the truth. Know the truth and the truth shall set you free. There's nothing that's gonna set you free except the truth. You understand that? Like, The reason why you're suffering like crazy in this world is because you don't know the truth. And you can't know the truth if you are still being fake. If you're not courageous, you know what I mean? Like if you're operating inside the system, not operating outside the system, not breaking the rules, you know, just doing whatever you're told, you're not going to figure out what the truth is. You must be willing to break the rules in order to figure out what the truth is. That's what's going to help you. That's what's going to set you free in the end, you know. So that's what you must understand. I do understand that we live in a world where it's actually taboo to be open. You know, it's actually taboo to speak your truth. You know, this world is so upside down that being real is actually a bad thing. Hola, hola. So being real is actually a bad thing, and being fake is a good thing. It's like we're being protected from the truth. When you speak the truth, you're the bad guy. When you lie, you're the good guy. This is the kind of world that we live in. So yes, it is hard to be real. It is hard to be yourself. Life is hard when you don't fit in. That is true, but you have to be yourself, man. There's nothing worse than not being yourself. The pain that you're gonna go through when people like reject you, or when you don't fit in, or when you feel alone, is nothing compared to not being real. It's just like you're torturing yourself. You know, the reason why some of y'all are depressed is because you're not yourselves. You're not yourself. Like if you were yourself, you probably would not be depressed. Even if you weren't really going to be happy, but you wouldn't be depressed. You know, because you are yourself. You understand yourself. You understand what you want. But if you are not being yourself and you are seeking approval from others, you know, giving other people power that they shouldn't even be having, your life is not going to be easy, you know. I mean, life is not easy, but if you're going to be fake, your life is going to be harder. I do understand that we've been programmed since we were little to, you know, try to fit in, to be fake, you know. I mean, from the first day when you went to school, you were getting programmed to be fake. You weren't programmed to find your own truth. You were actually being programmed to be fake so that you'll be part of the hive mind, and you literally grew up like that. So of course, unprogramming your mind will be a lot of work. So I think that's the problem that it's making it hard for many people to really be themselves, you know, because they can't unprogram their minds. How do you unprogram your mind if you've been programmed since you were little to be a certain way? But it's important that you unprogram your mind so that you will set yourself free, you know. You can't continue to live a lie and believe that you are doing good, you know. You are being delusional too if you are living a lie, or if you are lying to other people because you feel like they will not accept the truth, or they will not accept you. in the end, you must really be free, to be yourself, regardless of how other people are going to look at you, regardless of how other people are going to feel about you. You must be free enough. Thank you all, guys.